So if you're anything like me, being one of the last people to give your senior speech is pretty much procrastination heaven. But when you're going so late in the year, it's hard to find a topic that hasn't been done already, especially when you remember this whole speech is going on YouTube. So since senior year is almost over, I want to talk about one of the best things that I learned in high school: what it's like to fail. So my freshman year of high school, I wanted to audition for this thing called the TMEA All-State Orchestra. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's an orchestra that high schoolers from both public and private schools can audition for in the fall. So if you get in, it's a pretty big deal. But here's the thing: I am not a lucky person. So while everybody else had been practicing since summer break started, I got the music 3 weeks before the audition. So as a freshman with a lot of motivation, I ignored that, and I said, I can still make it, it's whatever. So I practiced for about 4 hours a night, because let's be honest here, you don't have homework in freshman year. So 3 miserable weeks later, I am pretty sure that I had arthritis in both hands, but hey, I was ready. I'm not even going to try to be humble about this. I was playing the music like I was the Asian reincarnation of Mozart. And as Tuan might say, that audition was going to be easy money. And it was. I show up, first round of the audition, flawless. Second round, flawless. And I get to the last round, and I'm finessing, like always. And then I realize that my music's out of order, and I start bombing hard. I feel bad for anybody who had to listen to that recording. But after it was over, I looked at the proctor, and we both just shook our heads, because we knew I didn't make it. Good times. For me, that was a hard pill to swallow. Before then, I had never not crushed an audition. And because I'd never failed before, I'd kind of just thought that achieving your goals was something that was super straightforward. And I thought that all the heavy lifting could be done through sort of a 1970s Rocky training montage. But as much as I wish that was true, that is not the case. I quickly realized that it was a lot more complicated than that. It's confusing, it's convoluted, and it's most definitely full of things that'll make you say, interesting. But that's the point I'm trying to make. You don't always succeed just because you put in a little bit of elbow grease. But at the same time, success isn't always those white picket fences that you hear about in the American dream. So let's talk about the greatest movie of all time, Rocky. At the beginning of the movie, Rocky's nobody. He's working a dead-end job, he has no friends, and he's just kind of okay at boxing. But when given an opportunity to fight the greatest boxer in the world, it didn't matter to him that he had no chance of winning. He didn't need to win. The movie isn't about Rocky beating Apollo Creed and gaining the title of the best boxer in the world, because it was just really obvious that that just wasn't going to happen. Because, spoiler alert, he doesn't win, at least in the traditional sense. He won because he proved that he could go the distance even when nobody else thought he could. He won because even if you called him a bum or knocked him down, he would get up and show the world that he was worth its time. And isn't that how life goes? You can do all the work, but you can't expect to succeed all the time. Because at some point, you're just going to fail spectacularly. You're going to fail a lot more times than you'd like to. And you might fail so badly that even your friends will say, wow, that was bad. But that's okay. At the end of the day, it's probably not in your best interest to succeed all the time. Normally, you only learn something when you fall on your face and find out what the ground tastes like. And let me tell you, I'm not a fan of the taste. I had to find out the hard way as a kid. But as much fun as it is to fail, it's really not complete unless you pick yourself up and try again, and again, and again. And after failing so many times, you'll wonder what else is there to learn from your own missteps? you might want to start searching for an easier way. Or you'll start thinking that maybe you're not doing what you were actually meant to do. But you have to hold yourself accountable and try as many times as it takes. Because even though falling hurts a lot, nothing hurts more than not knowing if you could have gone the distance after all. And that is what failure truly is. Thank you.